Okay, here we go, guys. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today's class is a 45-minute class. It's a mellow flow class, but it's dedicated specifically to athletes today. So we're also going to be working on the lower back. So we're going to be working with a lot of alignment-based cues. So it's not like a super fast, fiery flow kind of a class at all. It's mellow flow. So people have asked me, like, well, what the heck is the difference between a regular class and a yoga for athletes class? And the one commonality I believe we all have is that we're all tight, right? So this class isn't meant to make you Gumby. I'm not trying to do that. It's just a class that offers, again, we use props to help, create more space. And we're really working on, even though we may not be flexible, you guys, we're working toward more flexibility and just sort of a full body, activity where we can, somebody else just popped on. Hi, Patty. So just make sure you turn off your video, Patty, okay? Thanks, honey. Awesome. So we use our props and we're very, very mindful to give ourselves permission to understand and appreciate that we are tight and we are not trying to perfect anything. What you see in the magazines, what you see on Instagram is a bunch of hooey-wooey. Like that's not what we're aspiring to be at all. We're just looking to build longevity in our sport or whatever activities we're doing and to feel better in our body and to have better body awareness of like how we do sit, how our postures throughout the day. It affects the lower back, it affects tension in the shoulders and the neck, and we don't want to go into our activities, any activity, I don't care if it's gardening, okay, with tension. All right, so that's number one. Number two, athletes are super competitive. And I know a lot of you are like, yeah. So, well, there's no competition in yoga, okay? There's no competition, it's just you. It's all about you and your body because we're all different. And the other thing I want you to know is that people ask me all the time, I'm not doing this right. Can you help me perfect this pose? Can you figure, I got to figure out how to do this better. And that's the athlete talking, right? So it's not about perfecting anything. It's just about doing you, okay? So you can build towards having something feel more open or create more flexibility or better balance, but you're just going to come and it's going to be different every single day, okay? So what else? I want to make sure. All right, I think I covered everything. I had to make myself some little notes today. So that's what it's about. It's still yoga, but we are making it accessible for our tightness, right? We're trying to make us less tight. So let's just start. If you're sitting on something, move aside. I'm going to have you guys start laying on your back, okay? So this is a great spot for athletes to start because you're allowing your body to fully relax right from the get-go. So go ahead and do that. Lay down on your mat on your back. Make sure you have space so you can reach your arms behind you. And you can point the toes and flex the toes. So just want you to rotate the ankles and rotate the feet. Spread the toes, spread the hands, maybe open and close the fists. All right, and maybe close the eyes here. Maybe move the head a little side to side. Take some nice deep breaths in and out, any way that feels good. Once you feel like you've kind of like moved a little, you stretched a little bit, on your next in breath, if your arms aren't there already, reach those arms back behind you. And I want you to think, so they're reaching up towards the ceiling and back behind. I want you to think of like a snow angel, okay, or a butterfly, and then spread your wings down towards the side body. And then again, reach the arms up overhead and exhale them down by the side body. So already right here, right now, you're connecting to your breath. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And you can bend the elbows if you need to for the shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale. And I'm sitting right now, you guys, because I want you to hear me better. But you're laying down. Okay. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, now take into the reverse direction. So you just did about 5 there. Already you might feel your shoulders feeling a little fiery, and push the hands forward and down. Inhale, reach it by the sides. Exhale, down by your side body. 2 more. Inhale. Where can you relax? Exhale, already in the neck, maybe bending the chin towards your chest. And exhale. Nice job. So I'm going to meet you guys here now. All right. So I want you to bend your knees, okay? And I want you to take your feet outer hip width apart. And bend the knees toward one another like a tent. So this is one modification. Some people, when they lay down on their back, it feels uncomfortable. And if you do have low back issues, this is a nice way or a nice alternative to start. Okay, and I want you to feel, draw your belly to your spine, and sort of slowly lift your hips up and draw your tailbone down, like squeeze your glutes, just come back down again. All right, so the belly button's pushing in, you're engaging your core. Reach your arms up, press your hands together, reach the fingertips up towards the mat, and slowly just move a little side to side. So what you're doing is spreading the shoulder blades on the back so you can get nice, long in the spine. Take the hands to the back of your head. Draw your chin to your chest and just see if you can slowly, like take the fingertips to the back base of the head. And as you look down, bring your head back down. And you'll notice that you just elongated the cervical spine, okay? So this is one way to begin. One way to alternate, be an alternative for supine, just regular legs down. So now bring your feet so that they are inner hip width apart, okay? We're gonna do mini cat cows. You're gonna see a theme today, mini cat cows here. So when you inhale, I want you to think of really arching your back and lifting your belly button up so it can stick a hand underneath there. Breathe in here. As you exhale, draw your belly back down to your spine and squeeze the glutes. Your glutes are going to lift about an inch or so, and your spine is pushing into the mat. Inhale. So again, you have cat-cow. Exhale. Draw the belly in. Your butt's going to lift. Squeeze it there. Inhale. Just do 3 more. And this is building strength in your core, in your lower back, in your glutes, just by doing this one little movement. Inhaling. Big breath in and exhale. Now just neutralizing here. Bring your palms down to the mat. Bring your feet maybe a little closer to your buttocks. Push your feet into the mat. Lift your toes up. Lift your toes up. So spread them back down towards the mat. You're going to push your feet into the floor and lift up. Squeeze the glutes. Lift up here. You can reach your arms up overhead. We're going to pulse here. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhale. So in order to support the lower back, we want to make sure that our glutes know how to become part of the party, right? 3 more. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Make sure your thighs are rolling in towards one another. In breath. Chin is towards your chest. Exhale. Inhale here, and now see if you can, 1 vertebra at a time, do a little cat pose and roll down from the top of your cervical spine to the upper back to your middle back. Hold it in, sacrum, and then tailbone. Nice job. And then bring your knees to one side. The wider your feet go, the more deeper you might feel the inner thigh stretch. And if you want, take your right foot on top of your left knee. Now that's super intense. If it's too intense this early, then just leave your knees to the side. Come back to center and drop them to the other side. So my feet are about mat width apart. Drop them to the left. Your head is neutral. Left ankle on top of right knee if you'd like. And back to center. So now just take your knees and hug them into your chest. Try not to lift your butt up here though. Okay, try to stay long in the spine. So maybe your belly does not touch your thighs. You can roll a little side to side. Continue to connect here. This is like child's pose on your back, right? Yeah. Good, and keep your right knee hugging in and your left leg goes long. And I want you to notice if you feel like your knee is lifted. And if that's the case, then you have some seriously tight hamstrings there and you're happy you're here. But it doesn't have to touch that thigh, it doesn't have to touch the mat. It's just a way of informing you what's happening. Right? Take it across the body to a little baby twist. So it doesn't have to go on the mat. And you can extend your right arm out, look over your right shoulder. Continuing to breathe through each pose. Inhaling here and always like exhaling to come out of a pose. And take it to the other side. Left knee hugs in, right leg goes long, knee towards your left shoulder. Rotate the ankles while you're here, right? Bonus, stop, bonus movements. Take it across the right. So here, you can feel this for the lower back, right? Nice little gentle twist for the lower back. Look over your left shoulder. And come back to center. Bringing your knees in, roll up to your seat, or come over onto your side body and come up to your seat. I'm going to face you for this one. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. Now, if you look at the shape, it's going to be a diamond, and depending on the length, depending on the flexibility of your inner thighs, your feet may be very far forward. You might be able to bring them in, but this is not butterfly pose. We don't want them all the way into the groin. So give yourself a little diamond shape here. Just grab your ankles or your shins and just pull, drop your elbows down, lift your chest up, grow along the spine, and just breathe into the sternum, breathe right into here. And as you exhale, so it's a little cat-cow here, right? Pull the belly to your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, so you may be able to come forward and grab your ankles, but that's not the point. It's just wherever you can be. Let's do one more of those. Dropping the shoulders down, elongate the front body, exhale. And now keeping this beautiful diamond shape that we have, you're going to take your hands behind you. Your fingers are either going to go outward or they can turn so that your palms, your fingertips are facing the back of the room. And I want you to push your fingertips into the mat, okay? And then drive the chest forward and just lift up and stay here for a couple of breaths. So your shoulders are relaxing down, your chin can be slightly lifted. So now it's kind of traveling up to the upper part of your spine. You're trying to hollow out that upper part, the cervical spine, into the thoracic spine. And strengthening the back of the shoulders. And then exhale. Good. Bring the knees together. Take the hands back where they were behind you to support. And then just drop the knees to the right. Back to center. Now, this is just funny. I realize this is one of those other exercises that you can, if you just hinge back enough, you're going to feel, especially if you keep your feet together, you're going to, it's a massage for your butt. So there's that, right? So if you're back more, you can kind of like, and one more side. And it's a nice twist as well, right? Okay, come back to center. You're going to roll forward, come into all fours. Extend your knees out. Move your hips a little side to side. Go back a little bit here to the darkness over there. Good. And even here, okay, even here, this hurts your wrists for whatever reason, you can always go up onto your fists. You can go up onto your blocks. I like to kind of cup it here, like in the front, cupped. And it just gives you a little bit more elevation if you have two blocks. So obviously don't do it if you only have one, but that's something for you to try and just see what it feels like, okay? So when you're ready, your toes can be curled under for more support, or you can set them down. Take a breath in as you lift the chest. Again, here we go, cat-cow again, right? We did it supine, exhale. Super good for the spine, to elongate the spine and to wake up the whole body with the breath. So marry your breath with the motion. This is the inhale, okay? Exhaling, this allows us to pull our belly in and push out all the air. Let your head be heavy. Maybe linger in the inhale or the exhale. Whatever feels good, maybe pause the breath on the in-breath. Exhale. Push the floor away. Inhale and exhale. Just for a moment, come up onto your knees. Rotate your wrists around. I also had to fix my clothes, so there's that. Shake your hands out. Anytime you need to, shake your hands out. Come back to all fours and take your left hand slightly forward of your right. Reach your right arm up. Now curl your back toe under and lift your left leg up. So here in this posture, it's awesome for engaging the belly. So you're going to pull that belly in and you're going to push through the heel and you're going to engage that left glute and you're going to feel the stability of the pose. Okay? The goal here is to, again, build strength in other parts of our body that can help be those accessory muscles to the main ones, like the hamstrings and the quads. Okay? But we have a tendency to dump in the lower back and just let it be. No, pull it in. One more breath. And bring it down. Shake a little. Reset. Right hand goes slightly forward, left arm goes up, right foot goes back. Same thing. Push through the heel and draw the belly in. Left bicep, try and be by the ear, lifting the thumb up. If possible, if not, bend the elbow. Just be where you can be. Be where you can be. Keep pulling it in, keep being aware. Core, hamstring, core, butt, core, butt, core, butt. Okay, one more breath. And down. So these may seem slow. Even that builds a little bit of fire there, right? Good. And come onto your knees and shins. Camel pose is one of the poses that we usually do later on in the practice, but we're not doing the full pose. We are modifying this pose to continue to appreciate the belly lift and the tailbone tucking. Okay, so do a gentle baby cow or cat pose. Draw your tailbone down. Use your hands at your hips to pull the top of the waist down. And you're going to feel a little zip like up here in the front body. Right? And then you're going to hug the elbows back. As you're pressing down, begin to lift through the upper back. So we're not pushing our hips forward. We're lifting the upper chest. So from the belly button to your spine, lift. Okay? Without dumping. You're going to feel, I want you to draw your attention also right now to the fact that your chest is opening, all right? Your back body is strengthening, and in this front hip here, it's stretching. And if you're a runner or a cyclist, these are super important. Slowly release. Walk your hands forward to the outer corners of your mat, and just sink your hips back. This is sort of like a wide-armed child's pose. Child's pose is not accessible to a lot of athletes. This is a really nice place to be. If your forehead comes down to touch, that's great. If not, keep it lifted. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And really breathe here into the side and back body. Lift it like you're going to go into a little baby cat pose. And notice how it elongates your spine. Good. Back. All right, modified. I always recommend that you guys have water too. I didn't mention that earlier, but you should have water nearby and take sips whenever you need to. When you're done with any yoga practice, you should aim to drink at least, 12 ounces of water afterward. Good. All right, so modified sun salutation. So you want to be somewhere near the middle of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in here, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, go in toward like modified child's pose. So keep the toes curled under, bow the head, come forward, and come in right into cow pose. And then exhale to cat pose. Inhale to cow pose. And now downward facing dog pose. First one, we're going to stay here a little bit. You need to elongate, walk your hands forward just a smidge, and begin to pedal the feet. I want you to bend one knee and put the opposite heel down toward the mat. Lift up onto the ball mounds of your toes. Right knee bends, left heel goes down. Stay there if you'd like. Keep pedaling, right? Because this is stretching your Achilles and your calf muscle as well as your glutes, right? And your hamstring. So feel it. Relax still your shoulders, maybe widen the hands. Take one more breath. Good. And then bend the knees, belly to thighs, look back, shake your head, yes or no. This is a super duper spinal lengthening posture. Bring your knees back down. Come back up. And we'll go through that sequence again, but we're going to go through it a little bit more fluidly. Inhale. Right here, you can just gently push the hips, lift through the chest. Exhale. So you can come here just halfway, right? Inhale, slide those hands forward, cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Here's where you can walk your hands forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, move how you'd like. Move how it feels good. Take another breath in. And exhale. Bring those knees down. Again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, back towards child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Gently walk those hips, hands forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Lift your right leg up and just bend that knee and open the hip because it feels good. And keep trying to press that left heel down. Allow the stretch to happen there. Replace the foot back on the mat securely, and then lift the left leg up and bend the knee. You can look underneath your arm or just look back at your toe. You can rotate the ankle. Re-extend and replace. And look forward to the top of your mat. You're going to walk there. So probably, right, if you're tight, it's going to look a little bit like that, right? Bent knees, hands to shins, and fold. Bring your feet outer hip width. The ragdoll pose, you want to bend your knees a lot, belly is on the thighs, and you're reaching, grabbing elbow to elbow. Some of my friends who have lower back issues, that is a bad idea. Or if you have disc issues, or that's a bad idea. So if that's the case, you can always bring your elbows onto your knees, widen your stance, and grab elbow to elbow. And you can look down. You can still allow the head and the neck to be heavy. If you're in the full pose where your, arms are dangling, you can always move side to side. And you can bend your knees as accordingly as you need to. This is if you're going to feel really good or not good. And if it's not good, you're going to come to that modified pose here. Okay. Take one more breath here. Allow the hands to flow down. Roll up to stand. Feet back to inner hip width. And reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay. So nice job, guys. We'll move to some standing sequences. Let's see if you can see me. So my hands might disappear up into the sky. I'm so sorry. But starting at the top of our mat, let's take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, fold forward. So let me go halfway, up to a halfway point. Bring your hands to your hips. And notice, like if you're rounding your back, I want you to really push the booty back halfway and then fold. Halfway lift again. Now hands to shins perhaps. Some people can have their hands on the mat. It's not me. It's not happening to me. I can bring my hands right to my shins and then fold again. One more time. Inhale. So feel that length. Exhale. And then bend the knees a lot. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. I'm going to face you. And I want you just to stand. We talked about postural alignment, and when you're on the ground, you've got the support of the mat, the support of your strong foundation with your knees and your hands and such. So here, as we're standing in Tadasana, which is just mountain pose, we want to be fully aware of how we normally stand. So I want you to take a moment, okay, to, if you were not paying attention to standing or waiting in line, how do you stand normally? Well, this is me. I sit with my hip out here, everything was just kind of loosey-goosey, and I never go to the right side, and that's bad. But I want you to think about just how you move throughout your day, how you sit on the couch, if you sit in the same way, because that's going to inform you of where tightness might live. All right, so learning Tadasana with good alignment in your body is super important. It's the granddaddy of all poses. It originates from here, okay? So, sitting up. I want you to notice if your head too is in alignment. So we're going to start with the feet. Look down at your feet. Feet inner hip width apart. Inner hip width, so about a fist's width apart. And I want you to feel like you want to push your feet into the mat to lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Like you want to literally hover. And that's going to engage your thighs. It's going to lift your kneecaps up, all right? And then you come up here. Here's the biggest thing. For those of us who have mine's on kind of a neutral curve, a big curve, right? We want to tame that sucker, all right? So you want to put one hand on your belly, the other hand on the back of the sacrum, and just do a mini cat pose, but don't drop your head. So just pull the belly in and up and feel the tailbone move down. Okay, and if it's not happening for you today, no worries. We'll talk about that another time. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. Take the hands to the back of the head and move the head back like it's in a headrest. And then just bring the hands down where they naturally go. So I'm going from here, right, to here. I want you to feel that. Give a gentle squeeze through the shoulder blades on the back. Turning the palms forward will encourage you to open the chest here, but it's sometimes not comfortable and it's almost more effortful. So relax, you can just relax your shoulders. Don't lose this, guys. This is the way it should feel throughout your entire practice. So again, let's take a breath in. As we exhale, bring one hand to your belly, the other hand to your tailbone. Hinging forward, bending at the knees, flat back. And as you come back up, pull the belly in and up, tailbone down. Just do that. I hope you can feel that. I'm sorry I can't see you guys. Hinge and left. Okay, this is building a toned stomach and it's allowing you to engage the glutes, to fire up the glutes. Takes away the stress of the lower back. Okay, one more time. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, hinge. And we do this a million times, especially in Vinyasa flow. So you want to go for that flat back. If you need to bend your knees a lot, do that. And come to stand. Nice job. All right, keeping that, holding that. Tree pose. You got to have balance too. If you're an athlete, you're out there doing stuff, you want your sides to be balanced. Okay, so now we're doing like one-legged Tadasana, pretty much. So push down into your foot, engage your glutes, engage your core. Head is back, knee goes out, and keep it at a kickstand and make sure that hip doesn't flare outward. So that glute fired up, that quad fired up is going to keep you balanced. And if you'd like to bring it up today just to the inner calf, but do that. And notice this outer right hip wrapping. So that glute's working too. You could be here, but let's just think about the legs today. Really strong. Notice where you start to lose it. Notice where it starts to fall apart. So keep grip. Are your toes gripping? Are you pushing everything in and lifting it up? Is your core lifting? Are your glutes still engaged? Smile. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. And bring it down. Feel free in the in-betweens to kind of get a little like soggy because that's okay. All right, pressing your right foot down. I'm bring my hands to my heart. Pushing down, and you notice if my hip goes right, I'm shorter here. All the pressure is over here. Now if I push down, I just got taller, longer, engage the core, engage the glutes. Now everything is working perfectly, okay? Light on the toes, press to the foot, engage the quad. And remember to breathe. With each exhale, you'll feel the weight around your shoulders drop, and with your head back, it's in alignment, right? So there's no pressure on your cervical spine. Take one more breath here. Let it travel if you want. Squeeze. And lower it down. Move the head just gently side to side. Reach your arms up overhead. Grab a hold of you can't see me, but I'm grabbing a hold of my right wrist with my left hand. Extending it up super nice and long. Press into your right foot. Press down as you hinge to the side. So the side body is as important as opening the front and the back. And these obliques over here, we need to work those too. Don't forget about those. Come up to center. Opposite, grab your left wrist with your right hand, reach. Push down into your left foot. You're almost like sending your hips to the left. And breathe into the whole left side body. Breathe into those obliques. Good. Back to center. Reach the arms down, clasp your hands behind you. Create a little balance by spreading your feet apart. Good. And your palms can be together if they touch, but if they don't, like mine don't, because my shoulders are super jacked, then that's okay. They're just clasped together. Okay, so bring your hands now over to your right hip, right? And then gently guide your right ear to your right shoulder. We're still engaged here, you guys. It's still Tadasana, so you're rooting down. Bring all your attention now to that left side of the neck, and come back to center, and take it to the other side. Drop your left ear, your left shoulder. So yoga helps us be very attentive to what's tight and how we can help loosen it, and what postures work. Come back to center. All right, roll the shoulders. Take the hands to take your fingertips to your shoulder blades, and just rotate around. And again, you can do little mini cat-cows here, pulling the belly in as you round the elbows forward, and then around the other direction. It just feels good for the shoulders, doesn't it? Bring the elbows in together to touch. Opening up the back, and bring the arms down. Check my time, you guys. Take a nice turn to your side and take a nice wide stance. Okay. All right, warrior pose. Again, super important. Do the little tucking right here, okay? Pull the belly in, drop the tailbone down, turn the right toes to the right, kick the left heel out. Holding that, bend the right knee. And when we draw our attention to little things like this, the difference can be monumental in not just your practice, but in your sport. When I learned to do this little pelvic tilt thing here, lifting it in, all these cat-cows taught me. My cycling, I was able to cycle miles and miles farther than I ever could. I could only go like 15 miles. And I was able to finish 100 miles. I mean, because I learned these little tricks on how to improve the strength in my legs and engage my glutes. So it's all good, guys. Bring the arms up if you want. Notice if it brings tension to your neck, though. Maybe looking back over your left fingertips. And I want you to notice here too, right knee is opening towards little pinky toe. Right knee is bending and the left thigh is pulling back, pushing back, and your glutes are engaged. Your core is lifted. One more breath. And then slowly straighten. Make the transition. Your length is there. Do the belly tilt, pelvis tilt. Your pelvis is like a bowl, right? And we don't want it to tilt out like a bowl of cereal, okay? Pulling the belly in and up makes it neutral, neutralizes the pelvis, and creates amazing alignment and helps you relieve tension in your back, relieve tension in your spine, your shoulders, okay? All the good stuff here, check yourself out. Tapping my mat, it's all over the place here. One more breath, deepen in, soften in, and then straighten. Turn your left toes forward. So here's what I'm gonna say, like, Jen, we didn't need any blocks today. You can grab a block now, all right? Grab the book, grab the whatever. I'm gonna mix, this is bothering you. I got all crazy there. Okay, kick the heels out. So your width is about as where your wrists are over your ankles, approximately. Bring your hands to your hips. Just take a tiny little back bend, lifting through the upper chest. And then exhale. Come to about halfway, right? Halfway, halfway, halfway. Maybe bending the knees and looking down. And take your hands down to that block so they don't have to touch the floor. If your hands touch the floor, cool. If they don't, guess what you got? You can be here, all right? And then bow the chin towards your chest. You're really lengthening the spine and you're relieving stress and tension on the lower back. If it's better for you, or if you want, and you can go a little farther, go a little farther. If you can go all the way down, then do that. You can bow forward and look back. Move a little forward and back of your toes, back to your heels. Head and neck are heavy. Yeah, I just felt a little pop in my lower back. So finally it got there, release, right? We had it going. All right, now I want you to look over towards your right foot and walk yourself over there. This is gonna seem a little weird. So make sure your knees or feet are closer together so you can support yourself. You're gonna take your left hand to your left outer shin or left ankle, and you're gonna reach your right hand up. Now here's where that block comes in handy. I'm gonna use my block and reach it up and look how much higher, look how much more open I just got. So block or leg, it's all the same, just twisting. Now let's do the other side. Walk yourself over to the left side, and you can feel this in your whole right side body here too, hopefully. This deepens it to bring it to your leg, but it might not feel good otherwise. Reach it up. So again, walk if you want to watch. I go from here to there, and it feels so much better. I think yoga for athletes is a smart way to practice accessible yoga. And then bring it down. Ooh. Throw the block off to the side. Slowly walk your feet back together. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Again, hands to shins or knees. Extend through the spine. And exhale, fold. So you're kind of looking at the top of your mat. Bring your knees down. Grab that towel that I talked about. We started a little late, so we're going to run a little bit over 6:15. I hope that's okay. I just tell people if you have to leave, it's okay. I won't see you. All right, we're going to come into hero pose. And I'm going to do this from a side view because this is something notoriously, people look at me when I'm in class, they're like, oh God, Jen, seriously, like this sucks. Why are we doing that? We can't do this. Here's why. We work hard to make ourselves tight. Have a pillow, have a towel. You can have a block too. My upper body super tight, my lower body more open. So this is okay for me, it's accessible. Here's what I want to do though. Look at your ankles and notice if they're popping up. If you've got shortened tendons in the front here, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like you can't put your, I see this all the time. So this is what the towel's for. You're going to unroll it, take your towel and begin to roll it. And you're going to place it. And everyone try this, okay? If you have the towel, then put your feet, your ankles over that. Immediately it lifts up, it gives you the space so that you can be there and not be uncomfortable. And then I want you to take your pillow or whatever you got going and put it between your calves and your shins, or your calves and your hamstrings. Okay. So hero pose. Here you're then taking it's super flexion here, right? You have to be super flexible here to come all the way down. Over time, if this is something you hate, build it till you don't hate it. Make it a part of your routine because obviously you need it. And over time, it could be a month or so. You'll start to see, hey, I only need one pillow now. That's crazy. That's what happens. I'm just telling you that's what happens. It's magic. So stay here in hero pose. This is a beautiful meditative posture, an alternative to cross-legged position. So if you're an athlete, you hate cross-legged, you might find peace and harmony here. Take some deep breaths in. And you can open the mouth and then sigh out. Close the eyes, head is back, jaw is soft. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to feel, remember, like the belly is lifted and the tailbone is dropping down, but it's not like it's softer in this posture. Just allow your sitting bones to relax down into your pillow. Keep the chest open though. Just take a few more moments here just to see how you feel. One more nice deep breath in, and if you want to keep your mouth closed, that's fine. You can do that. And then while we're sitting here, let's just go ahead. I'm going to take my towel out. I'm going to face you. Reach the arms up. And exhale the arms down. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp the hands together or don't. Lift the chest. And exhale, release. Just turn yourself to the side, a little baby twist. Nice long. Feel long in our spine now. Over the other shoulder. Good. Take the palms together. Move again into that little cat pose. Lift up and extend over to your right side. Push the left hip left. Come back to center, over to the left side. This can be an opening or a closing sequence. So you're getting all parts of the spine, front, back, side, side, and twisting. 6 planes of the spines. Take that out. Actually, keep it off to the side and roll onto your back. Just do a couple of little ending postures here. So extend yourself long. Shake the legs, move the head side to side. Hug those knees into your chest. You can stay here. This might feel really nice with your knees wide, as you can see. Or happy baby pose. Again, not real accessible to a lot of tight people. So grabbing the ankles is always a nice thing, or shins. Maybe putting the elbows inside of your knees. Take that block or whatever, or a pillow, place it between your thighs. Bring your heels to your buttocks. We're going to do one bridge pose here, 5 breaths, okay? So squeeze the glutes. Push your feet in, squeeze the glutes as you squeeze the block, and lift those hips up. I'm going to say take your arms to 90 degrees, hug them in, roll your shoulders underneath you. If you prefer to bring your palms down to the mat, that's fine. You can bring your arms over your head, keep squeezing, keep lifting. Or you bring your palms down, because sometimes it's not good for the shoulders. Maybe the palms are open. One more breath. Breathe right into the heart space. Lift and slowly roll down. You can come up onto your toes if you want to roll down. Take a walk out. Move your feet side to side. Awesome. Keep your knees bent. Reach the right foot up. Plaster your belly to your spine. Cross the ankle over your left knee. So just a little baby pigeon on your back, supine pigeon. Arms reach up, roll those side to side, create space for your shoulders. And be here. Use your block. Maybe push your knee forward with the block. That might be enough. That might totally be enough. Okay. Or you can lift the left leg and start to draw that leg towards you, that shin towards you. And grab under your thigh. Again, if that's not accessible, just grab whatever you can. So if you practiced with me before, you probably have been into this posture before. This is a pigeon variety, super for the outer hip, just end class with. Cross your legs and then just send them to the left side. Back to center, extend, and then bring your left leg up. Flex, cross it over, use the hand, use the block, or draw it towards you, lifting the right foot up. Some people I've seen do this. There's the block. They put their foot on the block, and this gives them more support. Draws the knee closer to belly, shin closer to belly. Explore. This is your playground. Always explore. I encourage that with my athletes all the time. Cross the leg and bring it down. Some of these things are very challenging because they bring on attention and awareness to where we're tight. And we don't always like that, but it's okay. Embrace it. Come back to center. Roll again, side to side. Extend the legs. Reach the arms back. And hug the knees in. We're going a little bit over. Here's just what I'm going to say. If at home, when doing this practice, you wanted to place a block or something underneath your hips to come into an inversion, you can absolutely do that. This is what it might look like: supported shoulder stand, or you can go to a wall, bring your legs up the wall. I always recommend that. For the sake of time today, we won't be able to stay here for really any duration of time, but if that's something that you really, really, really want, you can pause me and you can go ahead and go there. Otherwise, let's just take a moment to finish our practice. All right, extend the legs, take them wide. Reach your arms wide, wherever they feel comfortable. Like, feel like a star, a shining star in the sky, a starfish on the ocean floor. Be your biggest self. Close the mouth, soften the throat, soften the jaw. Maybe move your head again side to side. Take a big belly breath in and let it out through your mouth. Let's just enjoy stillness here for about a minute, okay? So you guys stay where you are, taking the breaths in and out as feels good for you. Super important to honor your body. These last few moments, if your mind didn't wander, you were able to actually quiet your mind. Observe, do a little body scan before you get up. And just notice if you are carrying any more tension anywhere that you may be able to release by just maybe opening the mouth and releasing the breath, to just bring the attention to a tight area and relax it. Start everyone in to move your fingers and toes. Again, maybe open and close the fists. Point and flex. Move the head. Always gently. Reach the arms back overhead. Hug the knees into your chest. Roll onto your side. Support yourself with your bicep. Maybe your hands. And take a nice deep breath in and come out with that exhale. Just back to a seated pose for a moment. Bring your palms together to your heart space. I just want to say thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you for choosing to practice this class, Mellow Flow, for athletes, focusing really on relieving tension and stress in the lower back by drawing our attention and awareness to our alignment, to real alignment, spinal health and wellness. Bring your palms together to the center of your chest. Bow your chin to your chest. Honor this practice that you just did without judgment. And allow the practice to just sort of continue to work for you, even as you get off the mat. Notice how you feel. Honoring yourself, and the body that brought you here, and honoring each other. And the practice of yoga. Bring your thumbs to the center of your forehead. Take a nice deep breath in, lift the chin. Full breath into the heart. Exhale. Namaste, my friends. Hope you have a beautiful day.